back to my channel. This is Emily. If this is your first time, thank you for clicking on my link and welcome. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so each time I post, you'll be notified. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate you guys clicking that subscribe button. And on this video, this is another series or another video on my CEO journey, guys. So if you're into healthcare, you're thinking about opening your own assisted living, you know someone that wants to open an assisted living and is not quite sure on what to do or how to go about it, this is the right channel for you. My goal is to guide you, hold your hand so you can, get your license and get into the business. So I also offer coaching, on a small fee. A lot of people charge a lot. This is all new, so I'm willing to cut down the fee. If you're looking for an assisted living coach, let me know. Hit me, send me an email, drop in the comment section, and I'll reach out to you. But again, on today's video, I want to talk to you guys about what next step to take once you've purchased your house. We've talked about getting the right house. We've talked about budget. We talked about what to do once you have the keys to your home. And today is the other step once you get those things together. If you haven't watched any of those videos, I'm going to be posting it up over here. Take a look or check in the description box. I'm going to post links to the other videos on this series for you to check it out. And it's time to submit your application to the state. Okay, so to submit your application in the state of Maryland, if you go to the Office of Healthcare Quality, they are the ones that are in control of assisted living, nursing home, what else do they control? Group home. So they are the ones that oversee all the licenses of this different part of healthcare providers. So if you go to Office of Healthcare Quality, just Google it, they'll come right up. And if you go down to choose the heading that says assisted living, because that's what we're talking about, and it's going to give you instructions on application, and it's also going to give you your application form. So click on that application instructions or instructions on application, and it pretty much gives you word to word on what you need to get your application submitted. But mind you that was in place before COVID started. So they haven't updated the information on the website yet, but that was all before COVID started. You could go in the office, submit your paperwork, blah, blah, blah. But now there is no one is able to go in the offices anymore because of COVID. A lot of the state staff are working remotely, or even if they go to the office, it's not every day. And when they do go, is to print out stuff or pick up mail. So, just from what I've been hearing, but they're not welcoming anyone, any of the public in the office. Once you click on instructions on submitting your application, so it tells you exactly what you need to get done in order to submit the application. But take note that it's going to ask you for the fire inspection, the environmental inspection. You don't need to get that done first. All you need to do is you have your business name together, you've gotten your zoning permit, you've gotten your building permit, you've gotten your sprinkler together, done and inspected by a fire department, and they've given you that approval that your sprinkler is good to go, is safe and is functional. Then you're going to go ahead and submit your application. Also on the instructions, it tells you need a 4-week menu. If you hadn't been working on that, you need to look for a dietitian, come up with a menu that you're able to uphold at your facility. There's no point, let me clarify this. There's no point buying a menu or just coming up with a menu that you know that you're not going to be able to provide that for your resident. Don't go on there and put T-bone steaks, salmon and crab cakes and crab legs and lobster when you know that you're not going to be able to afford that for your residents. On the other hand, you also want to put a healthy and balanced menu. You don't want to be putting all fried food and no vegetables. So pretty much the Office of Healthcare Quality, if you look on your website, there's a diet a menu or a diet subtitle that if you click on there, it guides you, it gives you a little guide as to what they're looking for on the menu. You have to have your proteins together, your carbs together, your fats together, the amount of fluid, your vegetables. So all those things, you have to make sure each meal of the day is balanced. So whatever you think you can afford and and your staff is able to cook, that is healthy and balanced, that's what you want to put on your menu. Because you know, if the state comes in on a Monday and on your menu on Monday it states that your residents are supposed to have a baked fish or chicken noodle soup and grilled cheese sandwich and a slice of cake, they want to see your residents eating that. So don't post a menu of baked fish and they come in, your residents are eating chicken nuggets. You're going to get cited for that, if you get what I mean. So make sure whatever you submit into the state, because that is also going to be displayed on your facility, and you're going to be able to uphold those menus that you approve, that the state approved that, or your dietitian approved that this is balanced. So once your dietitian, because they want to make sure that your menu is balanced, so they require that your menu is approved by a dietitian. Some people pay dietitians to write it. If you know a dietitian that's your friend that's able to look over your menu once you've developed it, and they can look and say, oh, this is balanced, do that too. They need a signature from a dietitian stating that this menu is balanced for your residents. Okay, so think about that. But they need a 4-week menu. So start working on that. What are you going to be able to buy for your residents? What can you approve? What can they cook? So think about that. Click on that diet menu on the website. Come up with your menu. Look for a dietitian. Let them review over it. If it's balanced and healthy, they're going to sign it up and you're good to go as far as your menu. Also, and what else do they need? I think that's all they needed. So your zoning permit, your business structure license, your 4-week menu, your sprinkler inspection. I think that's all they needed. Again, you could always call them because these rules change per day. I'm telling you. When I started, I printed out the instruction from the website and I was going by it and I called them, and each day I called, someone else picked up the phone and they gave me a different information. That's how crazy it was. So again, once you print those out, look through it, call them, ask them exactly what do you need in order to submit your initial application, because you need to submit your initial application. They can start working on it so they can approve you, so you can now get the fire department inspection done and your environmental inspection on. So that can only be done once they have your initial application, and a lot of applications go in, so make sure yours go in early. Again, you want to start saving time and moving your application further down the line. For assisted living, the regulations in Maryland are under the COMA 10.7.14. So get familiar with it. That involves all your rules and regulations for assisted living, from the room requirements, from the furniture, from your menu, from your policy and procedures, from your fire safety, emergency preparedness, from your smoking policy, diet, everything. COMA 10-7-14. Get familiar with it. That's all I'm going to tell you. I looked through it. And also, if you're going to develop your own policy and procedure like I did, you're going to have to read through all of that in order to develop your policy and procedure. Other people pay someone to do the reading for them, and get the policies and procedures done for them. If you want to pay me, I'll be happy to do that for you at a way cheaper rate than everyone else. I'm telling you, it goes from $1,400, $1,200, some people $1,500. I'm way cheaper than that. If you don't have time to go through the COMA 10-7-14 in order to develop your policy and procedure, find someone that can do that for you. You just pay them and they'll get the legwork done for you. Again, this process took a long time for us. We were tight on budget, so I did pretty much almost everything that I could by myself. I spent a lot of time going through it and writing out my policy by myself. Okay, so it is possible to do it. If you don't have the money, you have the time, you can do it. You can develop your own policies together. So COMA 10-7-14, those are the regulations for assisted living. Look through it, come up with your own policy for your facility, what you're going to be able to uphold to. Because remember, the policy that you develop, that is what you're against. Okay, so if you say there's no smoking in your facility, make sure there's no smoking in your facility. If you say smoking will be allowed, be ready to designate a smoking area, a smoking policy. What happens if someone has to smoke? Who is going to go watch those residents if they're smoking? Who is going to watch the other residents that are not smoking? What if there's a fire? So, each policy that you make, that is what the state is going to hold it against you, or hold you to make sure you made up the expectation of that policy, because you wrote the policy. They didn't give it to you. You wrote it and you said that is what your facility needed. So they're going to look for it and make sure you are maintaining those policies. So that's just it. So if you've gotten those things together, submit your application. Go to officeofhealthcarequality.gov. Go under assisted living. Go under application instructions. Print out those instructions. Print out the application form. Get the instructions. Read through it. Start checking them off like I did. If you completed this step, check, print it out, put it in the envelope. 4-week menu. Get it developed. Get it approved by a dietitian. Get it signed. Print it out. Drop it in the envelope. Your business structure, register, get copies, get your trade name, print it out, put it in the envelope. Your zoning permit, get it approved, print it out, make a copy, put it in the envelope. Now you're going to call them, make sure those are still their instructions and the requirement. Like I said, the website is not updated, but if you call them in the office, they'll be able to give you the day-by-day changes that are going on. And once you have those, I don't think there's no application fee for that. So once you get those things done and your copies, they also need your uniform disclosure in order to submit the initial first part of the application. And the uniform disclosure is pretty much for your facility, what you are going to do and what you are not going to do in your facility. That's pretty much what it is in a nutshell. So the Office of Healthcare Quality wants to know, what is it you're going to be doing, or what are you ready to do for your facility, in your facility, and what are you not going to be doing? Are you going to have tube feedings, or are you not going to have tube feedings? Are you going to have oxygen? Are you going to have Foley catheter? Are you going to have wounds? What kind of wounds? What stage of wound? So what menu, what diet restrictions are you going to have? Things like that. So it's pretty much goes through anything when you think about it. What services are you going to provide for your facility? How much are they going to pay for? Are the services included in the monthly rent, or they have to pay extra fees? Do you have home health aides? Do you have PT, social work, case workers? So it goes through every step, and it's pretty much just asking you, what is it you're going to be able to do in your facility? What do you think you're going to be able to do in your facility? So you will go through it, answer them yourself, check it out, make a copy, put it in an envelope, call them, make sure that's all they need, seal the envelope, put the address on there and mail it off. Because now, before, when we did ask, we were able to take it over there and they review it and, you know, says, okay, take it up and give you a receipt. Now the office is not open, so you pretty much have to mail it to them and call every day. I'm telling you, call them every day until they tell you that they have the application, just so you know they have it. And still call them every day to ask them what next now that they have your application, because a lot of applications go in, and if you don't call and you just sit and wait, guess what? Somebody else's application that is calling, they're gonna pick it up and start working on it. So call them every single day until they know your voice and your phone number. Okay? Thank you all for watching. This is Emily, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. It's free. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys. If this information was helpful to you, please let me know in the comment section so I can keep doing more videos like this. And I will see you all on my next video.